I'm Tim Deeks. Welcome to the pathway to homelessness. How many times have you walked past some of the most vulnerable in the community and wondered what events in their life have caused them to fall into hardship? Who's to say if you or I would have been any different if we would have faced similar circumstances? At the end of the day, we are all human and we all have a pathway. So let's start walking.
What is your name?
My name's Michelle.
And Michelle, how old are you?
I'm 42.
42.
Yeah.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in West Preston and Greensborough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I've got two older siblings, a boy and a girl, who are twins, and a younger sister. My two older siblings have passed away.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I've had a bit of bad luck in the family.
How did they pass away?
My sister died of a drug overdose when she was 26 in 93. And my brother had epilepsy. Yeah. He got bashed a few times in the head, so he started having fits and he died that way, yeah.
Was it something he was born with or?
No, it came when he was older. Yeah, after being bashed a few times in the head, like by just some family members that he hooked up, like a woman that he hooked up with, and just got in trouble through family politics and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, totally understand. What was your upbringing like?
Well, my dad passed away when I was pretty young, and like I had a pretty good upbringing. My parents were pretty good. My family was pretty loving. But my dad passed away when I was pretty young, and then my sister passed away in 93, and that left my mum a bit depressed. So it was pretty hard looking after her for a little while. Yeah, she went into a really deep depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your mum still with us?
Yeah, she's still alive. Yep. She
Yeah.
lives in Shepparton. She's remarried. She's pretty happy.
When was the last time you saw your mum?
Saw her about 3 months ago. I went over there overnight and saw her. Yeah, spent a bit of time with her.
Fantastic. And what was your first experience with homelessness?
I had a relationship when I was 23 and we broke up, and that left me a bit depressed, and I went a bit crazy after that. And I ended up getting evicted in my place just because I was always bugging the neighbours for cigarettes and money, and just through my craziness, like just pacing up and down the corridors and making a lot of noise, I got evicted. And the police basically told me I had 10 minutes to get out of my place. So I was left on the streets. I had nowhere to go. I didn't want to move in with my mum because she's remarried and I don't really get along very well with my with her husband. I didn't really have any other family members I could move in with because, my sister's got 2 kids. My younger sister, she's got 2 kids. So yeah, I was basically on the streets after that. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that first night like?
I can't really remember the first night. I used to sleep outside shops and stuff just to keep safe, and I'd meet other people on the streets and sort of hook up with them, and yeah, just sort of try to keep warm as I could. I'd find blankets in a few places and that other homeless people have left, and clothes in certain places like outside op shops and stuff like that I could change into, and just basically trying to keep warm in winter was pretty much the hardest part of being homeless. because I kept getting colds and flus and chest infections and stuff like that. So yeah, that was the hardest part. But you know, I have a drug addiction as well, which was you know, I'm always trying to get money for it and stuff like that. But that's pretty much the only thing that keeps me happy on the street, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
When was your first experience with drugs?
Um, I used to smoke a lot of marijuana, and it left me with a it left me really. I got really sick from smoking the pipe, and I got a really bad chest infection, a really bad throat infection, and I had to give up. So it was a really bad time in my life where I really had to give up, but I didn't want to. So I ended up um, using heroin instead to try and wean off marijuana because I felt like I needed a vice, you know, something I've always, I don't know, I don't know why. It started off with cigarettes and led to marijuana um, and then the heroin got me off the marijuana. But yeah, I felt like I always needed a vice, you know, something that made me feel good, you know, so I could, it sort of made me focus on that instead of other issues in my life.
Really distracted you?
Yeah, a distraction and something to look forward to.
Yeah. This might sound like a really naive question, but who introduced you to heroin? How did you source?
I
Was it
actually went looking for it. Someone said to me, "Oh, you know, you've been really depressed, Michelle, because of your throat hurting and you've been really depressed. Why don't you try heroin?" And I sort of thought, "Oh, maybe I should," you know. And yeah, just it went from there.
what was that first time you tried heroin? What was that like?
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah.
I don't advise anyone to pick it up.
How long have you been homeless for?
Since 2016, that's when I first got evicted from my rooming house.
And have you
Yeah.
been able to secure any safe accommodation since then?
Launch Housing are helping me find a place. So I'm on the list for housing. Yeah, I'm on the priority list for housing. Launch is doing a really good job with that. They're finding a lot of people houses.
Have you ever had any trouble with the police on the street?
Yeah, I have. Not really on the street, but just from um, just really minor things like calling my ex-partner on the phone. I got like a intervention order against me from him because I was annoying him, you know. But I was quite young when I met him, and pretty brokenhearted from that relationship. It was my sort of first relationship, and yeah, it left me pretty brokenhearted. After the intervention order, I only got minor things. Maybe I got caught with drugs on me a few times, but that's basically it.
Was he also homeless?
No, he wasn't homeless. He had a business, and yeah, he was pretty functional.
Have you been able to have a relationship?
Yeah, I'm in a relationship now with another person that's homeless. We've been together for 7 years, and yeah, we're pretty loving towards each other. Like, got a pretty good relationship.
How have you been able to support each other through everything you've experienced on the street?
Financially, people help us on the street. You know, people are pretty good. Some people give us, you know, pretty bad looks, but usually people are okay.
Yeah.
I know that they've got their issues, and I don't know how they see things, how they view, you know, things for themselves. So yeah.
Obviously, your partner would be definitely one of them, but what are some meaningful things in your life?
Um, I love people, you know. Just interaction and interaction with my partner. Yeah.
Do you have a good relationship with some of the other homeless people on the street?
Um, because things are pretty hard, I suppose everyone's trying to fend for themselves, and it can be a bit, it can be a little bit, how can I put it? Uh, Sometimes, it's hard to trust other people on the street because they're trying to fend for themselves, and they're doing things in sort of way that you don't know if you can sort of, yeah, you don't know if you can sort of trust them. But I suppose,
Has there been a circumstance that's kind of led you to be very untrusting?
yeah, there's been a few circumstances where, I've been robbed, or people have come and, gone through my bags and stuff like that. So I suppose, yeah, trust is a little bit of an issue. Yeah.
What is your hope for the future? What are some things that
I'm just trying to take day by day. I'm just trying to get through the day.
what is your daily routine? What do you do most days?
Um, Usually I'll wake up, I'll try and have breakfast. If I don't have enough money for breakfast, I'll beg for it,
Yeah.
beg for the money. Um, each day is different. I'm just trying to get through the day. I'm trying to be as healthy as I can.
What are some things that you do to try and stay healthy?
I try and eat good foods. Um, I've got to smoke less because smoking is really affecting my health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some lessons that you've learnt while you've been on the street?
These are really questions that you really got to think about. Um,
Take as much time as you need.
Lessons that I've learnt on the street. I didn't know people were so kind. Some people were so kind. There's people that, don't mind sharing the little bit that they have, even if it's just something.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a lot, but I didn't realize that. I used to wake up and think, oh, I wish, strangers out there would just help me. And then they did, you know. Um, so yeah, there's some really kind people out there, but I do get some bad looks and some bad remarks, and I just try and shake it off. So I just think they're going through things themselves, and I don't know what they're going through or what's in their lives or what their lives are like. So I just try not to let it affect me.
One of the last questions, but finally, what's a misconception that a lot of people have about homelessness?
Um, that probably, you know, people want to be in that situation, and I don't think anyone really chooses to be in the situation. It's just the way it is, you know. I don't think people really choose to be a certain way. I just think that's just, you know, um, I don't know. I just don't. I think maybe, you know, that they choose to be in that situation.
Mm.
But I don't think that's exactly how it is. Yeah.
If you could wave a magic wand and change one thing about your situation, what would it be?
Probably want more money. Excuse me. Not too much. Just what I need. Just enough to have what I need to keep myself happy. Yeah.
For so many people watching this, they'll never experience homelessness, right? Can you explain, for instance, tonight, it's a pretty cold night in Melbourne.
Yeah.
What will you do to try and seek shelter?
I just try and rug up and stay warm. Yeah. And try and be in a safe place.
Obviously, being a woman, that carries a whole range of different
Yeah.
struggles, right? And other women that I've spoken to that have gone through similar situations such as yourself, they talk about that. What are some things that you have to be wary of, obviously, as a female on the street?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not nice to say, but there are a lot of people, there are some people out there that will try and take advantage of you, and you've just got to be wary of that. Some people are in certain states of mental health, and be just got to be careful.
If you could sum up your situation in one word, what would that word be?
My situation, I feel pretty lucky because I'm still alive, and I think each day is a blessing. And there are people out there that care. And so I still feel pretty lucky. You know, I'm in Australia, and I'm not in a war-torn country. So I still feel pretty lucky.
You're a remarkable woman. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.